This is WorldWayde, and you are in Wade World. It takes a lot of time as a creative person to figure out what you want to do. So this video is going to be about the people who have 1,000 ideas, and maybe you're good at all of them, but you don't know how to focus. And that's the problem. Since I was a kid, I had some very good teachers, and one of the best teachers I said to me, and I remember this to this day, that the people who are not too bright, people who are kind of stupid, become more successful as an artist or in whatever field they choose than the people who are too intelligent. And the reason is very simple. If you are intelligent, you can think your way out of working hard, like smart work. But some things require practice, regardless of how talented you are. Like, you can't think your way out of training your body for a physical competition. You can't think your way out of training your voice. If you're a singer, you can't think your way out of a dance routine. If you're a dancer, you can't think your way out of X number of things. But the thing is, if you can think and you're smart enough, you find the patterns and you fix them in your mind instead of your body. Interestingly, as artists or athletes, it's more important to fix these patterns in your body. Your mind and body should coordinate. So when you're not too bright, what you do is you get one thing, it sticks in your head, and it slips away. So to make it stick in your head, you keep practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. So you use your body to stick it in your mind. Mind, body, body, mind coordination. As a smart person, you stick it in your mind, but not your body. And that's where you fail. That's number one. Number two, the problem with focusing, if you are intelligent and talented in many different areas, is literally the fact that you are intelligent and talented in many different areas. It's great to be like that. You would be an exception. But here's where the people who don't have all these talents beat you. If you're good at one thing and one thing only, then you know whether you succeed or you fail. That's the only thing that's gonna help you move ahead. So basically that's it. You can either do that or not have anything in your life. But when you're good at, let's say, 5 things, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different directions you can choose to go to in which you might be successful because you're good at all 5. This is a problem, because as you explore your abilities in these 5 areas, what you will realize is that you get a lot of positive feedback. For example, let's suppose you're a good singer, you get good feedback. You're a good dancer, you get good feedback. You're a good actor, you get good feedback. You're a good painter, you get good feedback. You're brilliant in some scientific thing, you get good feedback, right? The problem is that all these 5 directions are giving you good feedback. And now you start thinking, which one of these do I like the most? Which one of these, I'm passionate about? Which is fine. But here's the thing. If you are one of those people who have all these 5 directions pulling you, really go ahead and ask yourself which of these 5 gives you the most universal feedback that is good. For example, you might be a good singer, but you might be a great dancer. So you might be good in 4 things, but you might be great in the one thing. And that's the one thing that you have to find out. If you're good at a lot of things, try a lot of things within a reasonable time frame. And find out the one thing that everybody tells you you're great at. And then hammer on it. Hammer, 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 and focus down on this. The reason people who are not as talented in many different ways or don't think as much as you might be doing succeed is because that's all they know. That's all they know. So they take what they know and they go right ahead. And they just keep going until they succeed or they fail. And here's the thing. If you are doing something for long enough and you are consistent, you will achieve some measure of success. So whether the definition of success for you is, I don't know, having enough money to comfortably buy whatever you want, or the definition of success for you is competing with the best of the best in the world, as long as you stick to one thing and you consistently do it, you will achieve that success. Being talented in a lot of different ways is not always good because it saps your willpower. So the difference is the people who are only talented at one thing and they can think about that thing only, they don't understand the people who are talented at many things, and the people who are talented at many things, they don't understand the people who are only talented at one thing. Furthermore, if you have multiple talents, you have your own ego. You think, I'm better than everybody else. But most of the time, all these talents are pushing your willpower, which is a finite quantity, in 5 different directions. So you are divided. Your focus is divided. Your will is divided. You are divided. And before you know it, a lot of time goes by, and guess what? You are still divided. When you, of course, focus on one thing and one thing alone, all of your willpower, your focus, and your time goes in that direction. It's all concentrated. If you think of Green Lantern, right? If you read comics or watch these movies, the power ring, it works on willpower. So imagine, instead of using your ring to make one thing, you're using your ring to make 5 weaker things and trying to fight with them. That's a decent analogy. So when these people who are focused on one thing are successful and you are not, you will get into a cycle of self-doubt, which is the biggest killer, not of dreams, but of motivation. And we can just say willpower. You know, you have a finite amount of willpower every day when you wake up. And again, if we look back at some of the superpowers mentioned to the best superheroes, one of them is indomitable will. Indomitable will means that the will to fight, to do, to strive does not run out. That's it. And it is the hardest thing to achieve. but you can achieve it if you exercise it. So I'm going to end this first session by saying this. If you are focused in one thing, you're good at one thing, and that's the only thing you got in your life, go for it, you'll be fine. If you are talented and focused on a lot of different things, give yourself 1 to 3 years, find out what you're best at. Like, go and compete, just compete, put yourself out there and find out where you get the best feedback from. And if you like that thing, forget the rest, focus on that. If you don't like that thing, pick the second best, focus on that. And don't worry. When you are successful, because success comes with its own set of benefits, which we will talk about next time. When you are successful in one, and really successful, it gives you the opportunities to be successful in a lot of the other things that you are good at. So remember, this is something that Wade wanted to talk about a lot. And this is a genuine problem out there. And if it helps even some of you, that'll be great. Until next time, keep it cool, keep it sexy, and enjoy.